Hola! Oh, this is a good track. This is a very good track. This track is a really good track. All right. I'm going to sit there just wanting to listen to that track instead of what I'm working on here. Okay, what am I working on tonight, chat? So many moons ago. A long time ago. A real long time ago. There was a like you can see here, 2012 is the date on this first one. So 2012, a group of us online started doing something that was called the 30-minute Monday. So every Monday we would set aside 30 minutes to work on something, and you were done. At 30 minutes you were done, and you would then play what you did. You would then like render what you did and put it up for people to hear. So like this was what I did for the first 30-minute Monday. I did a track that was like this. You guys can hear that. Yeah. It's kind of cool because it's I should let me do this. Let me close this out. Let me save this. Yeah, save as. This is 30-minute Tuesday, 30-minute Monday 2, B12.4.1. Okay. Close you out. I'll go to 30-minute Monday 1 and I'll just open what I opened up earlier. Screw it. I'll just open it up earlier. And that's fine. I can do that. I must have done. This is a 30-minute Monday 1 stretch. So I'm thinking that I generated a quick pad and I stretched it because this is the 30-minute Monday 1, and I think that this is just a pad. So I think I shit this together. I mean, it's a thing. But then I stretched it. So I stretched it. And that gave me this. But this is 2012. I don't have any kind of quality control on any of these tracks. Like I put this on just to give that, but like no quality control. Like if I wanted to, I would group these so that this is the Orca, which, oh, there's some really cool shit that was in here. Oh. Hey, how you doing, Brooks? I'm doing okay. This is old stuff from 2012. Don't know if you heard, but back in 2012, we were doing these things on Mondays called 30-minute Mondays. You gave yourself 30 minutes to work on anything. You took 30 minutes and you did something, and you were done at 30 minutes. You had 30 minutes to work on it. And this track I am kind of blown away by, but it's using old shit. Check out this first synth. So here's the first synth that I used. I don't know if I'm not sure whether or not you guys remember these old stuff, like the Orca. But the Orca is this really cool synth that sounds like this. I am processing it and putting a lot of shit on it, but in fact, I should put this just up on here. And so this is this really cool synth that you were able to do shit with. It was free, and you had just a couple of things that you ended up modifying. And I just used these two tracks and fed them into there, and it was just doing this really low thing. Then I had my favorite synth of the time, the Albino, which, if you remember, Glau, thank you for helping me grab this old version and having it, because listen to this. Oh, it's such a good synth. It's such a this old synth is so cool. Excuse me, guys. Oh, dude. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put it on the main just for the fuck of it. And then I was using at the time an MS-20 plugin, so I brought this in instead. It's just the PS-20, so it's not like I did anything super fancy. I have two different MS-20 implementations, but this one is the one that I like the best. So I dropped this one in. I have the PS-20, and I think I have one. Oh, it's probably over here in Cardinal or some shit like that. This isn't Cardinal, right? Oh no, this is Cherry. I don't think I got the Arturia. Yeah, so I'll use this one. And then I've got a really cool drum sample, and so this is what this sounds like. By the way, here, let me do this real quick. If you want to see something super cool, I'll show you. I'll show you this, Glau. You haven't seen this yet. So this is a site that Brooks has been working on for the collaboration project that we're a part of. I'll just play some loops for you so you can hear these loops just independent of everything else. There's a whole set of loops that I created for the site that sound like this. Or like this. Or like this. Or like this. Or like this. So I gave Brooks like, I don't know, 20, 28 samples, little 9-bar loops for him to fuck with. He was already working on this site. It looks better if I do like this. It's better when it's not full width, just because you can see the whole graphic. Let me refresh just to make sure that I've got the latest. And then check this out. So you go click on this. It's so awesome. And then if you want, you can sit there and just click on the random button. So what does Fancy Pantsy Brooksy do? he decides, you know what? Let's just go and let's make the same thing, but let's just put it into a VST3. So let me go ahead and let me just pop that into there. And let me go like this. And let me re-scan my plugs. And it should show up. I don't know if will it show up under her, or will it show up under? Oh, it's so fucking good. It shows up under Human Error Ritual. That's so great. Then there it is. That's so awesome. So stupid. It's so great. It's so great that it's just all there and it works. Now you have to come up with the puzzle. You have to come up with a puzzle that by doing the puzzle, you are able to download this. But you have to come up with a really good puzzle. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, dude. Like, it's pretty crazy that you went from the web API into this, but ugh. Telling you, man, the idea that I did this track in 30 minutes is just like, it's not like it was crazy. I threw in a loop beat and put in a pad on it, but it just sounds so good. Bring up another version of that on here. And what the fuck was I doing here? I have an old version of Utility on here. Ugh. My production got so much better in 15 years. Night, Glau. Have a good night, dude. grab that bass line. Okay, where did I do that bass line? And actually copy that, put that into here, and let's find a loop. Let's find the right loop point on that. Do 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 do. Now let's get the grid right. Figure out what notes we need to quantize here. Get those right. Beautiful. Okay. Now, like, I don't know why I have. Oh, I know why I had that. No, I don't know why I have that. Like, it shouldn't take that long to get to there. I have it go 33 measures to get to there, which doesn't make a lot of sense. I probably need to take this whole thing and pull this back to 17. Like, unless I put something in there, we'll see. I think I bring this back here though. sounds tasty. I'm going to bring in another beat on it. Yeah, I agree with you. I could easily see spoken word on this. Like, I think that would be awesome. If only I knew someone that knew how to do vocals. I'm gonna have to work on varying the bass and come up with a bridge in here. All my timings are off on this. It's just stupid. Old samples of ours. Jeez.
Sit back, listen and learn. Kids are just programming themselves with this stuff. Kids are just programming themselves with this stuff. Just sit back, listen and learn.
In terms of stuff that I would put onto it, I mean, yeah, like I could easily see. I always see visuals as I'm working on my music. I see visuals happen. It's one of the reasons that I reinstalled Touch Designer. So, for instance, if I play this and I bring up Touch Designer. I'll give you an example here. And I think I have TD. I think I have TD in here. Let me make sure. TD. Okay, did I open it twice? That's dumb. That's dumb. I don't need to open up this twice. And then... Yes. So then I need to grab. And if I find in here, interesting. So is it not? Do I not? I might not have it on here. So sick. It's so sick that they have all of this. It's so good. It's so good. The way that all works. So you're not showing that you're connected though. Okay, so let me check now very quickly. Do I have now in here, do I have TD? Let me try scanning. I don't know whether that'll work for Max for Live plugs though. I may have to restart. Yeah, okay, hang on. Save this. Stuff I'm going to be bringing in. Oh, I don't have a theme. No, I don't have a theme, dude. Like, I don't have a general. That visuals, the visuals that I would have would be abstract visuals. So, for instance, it would be things like, let me see if I can't find one here. So imagine something like this. That would be the type of visual I would put behind most of my music, would be something abstract. Like I planned on generating a whole slew of this stuff so that I had a bunch of visual language that I'd be able to share with the Her project as well, so that we could lay it underneath stuff and have it being glitchy, kind of cool stuff. But yeah, and by the way, it's super. The Touch Designer stuff is super cool with this. The way that it works is amazing. So let me see now. I'm going to close this out to quit, and let me reload. Let me reload Touch Designer. I don't think I need to load Touch Designer first, but I'll load it anyway first. So I have the bridge. I'm pretty sure that's all done. And then open Ableton Live. And I'll open up, I'm going to open up one of my projects that I had already done. so that it's just playing with it. Jason, visuals, and how's about we do a particle cloud 10, or do we do a sphere? We'll do a particle cloud. Let's go with a particle cloud for right now. And then let's go over here and open this back up here. So this should be, oh, this is an audio file in? Really? That's interesting that I've got it as an audio file in. That's kind of weird. I wonder if I'm able to take, nope, I didn't want to do that. I wonder if I'm able to take my, let's go to TD Ableton, and if I can grab the, I think if I put the song in here, I think that will work, but let me make sure. Max for live, let's see, touch, TD. Oh, I can't believe I don't see it in here, but maybe I don't need it. Maybe I don't need it. In Ableton, go to the link tempo MIDI tab, open preferences, options, settings, go to the tempo and MIDI tab, and under control surfaces, drop down, find touch designer. You do this once and then you never do it again. Then none. Okay. Then go to places. No. Places, and go to the touch designer. Oh, add the touch designer TD folder. Okay, I can do that. Where did I put touch designer? I really dislike the fact that they can't figure out where they want to put shit. Although I think touch designer is under, now it's under here, under, is it derivative? Yeah. Look at, that was pretty crazy. Select folder. Okay, now I've got that and Live 11, touch designer. And I do have those. They're already there. TDA, blah, 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 blah. It's all right there. So I should be able to put onto my master track here. I should be able to put into here an audio analyzer, I think it is here, that gives you low, medium, mid across each of them. You have that one, or you have an ability to put on, there's analyzer, and there is just the standard audio effect rack, which provides you with all of these macros that go off to it, which is crazy. But I'm pretty sure it was just audio analyzer that I needed, because this gives the low, medium, high effectively across the kit and caboodle. And over here, okay, so why are you not connected? Maybe it's Ableton Mapper that I need to go back to. Take this out. And let me play Ableton. Although I don't think that that's going to do it. Because I'm not seeing these. I'm not seeing these with any of the stuff. That's too bad. I don't know what. I have one that's got to have it in there. Open. TD Ableton experiment. So if I go over to here, it needs on here. That's kind of crazy. It needed a TDA master on here. And then over here, let's put on under Live 11, Ableton package. Let's make sure that we update all. Connected. So you can see that it's now connected. And I should be able to put in audio analyzer, although I don't think I need that. Okay, let's go back to here. Drop in an audio level. Oh, hey, Gabe. How are you doing, man? Was hoping to try and get Touch Designer to work, but I gotta get way more stuff connected into here. So I don't think I'm gonna get Touch Designer going, regrettably. But that's okay. That's okay. I can put on my Milk Drop 3 in the background. And have that playing behind me. So, Gabe, I just want you to see something real fast here. So I want you to just note here. And then I'll go ahead and I'll open this. Fucking Brooks. Fucking Brooks just decides, yeah, I'll turn it into a plugin. Why not? I'll just, you know what I'll do? I'll turn it into a plugin. It isn't that hard. That shit ain't hard anymore. So fucking awesome. Okay, I need to add in, I'm going to move my drum beat up and get some more loopsies going here. I need some hats. I need some hats. Yeah. Give me some hats. Give me some hats. So there was a band. There's a guy. There's an Ableton pack on this, and it's great. So there's an artist. I can do it on YouTube here. That has Heck, H-E-C-Q, Heck. His music is amazing. It's incredibly good. He was a guy that just started doing stuff on the industrial side. And let me see if I can't find Heck and Frontline Assembly. Yes, Prototype, one of my favorite tracks he did a remix of. And Ableton is so good, dude. I love Ableton so much. So this guy, his name is Ben Lucas Boysen, and he's made incredible music. This is a remix he did of Frontline's track Prototype. And here, I'll move forward into it. Oh. Fuck you, Ben. Absolutely crazy music, like amazing music. His music is amazing, but he went. I'm going to say he went legit. He didn't go legit, but he basically emerged outside of his industrial persona and started making this just absolutely gorgeous. More classical ambient music. Just absolutely gorgeous music. So he started scoring soundtracks for games and doing a bunch of other stuff, and it was great. But before he did that, he made a pack for Ableton called The Forge, and in there, he has all of these absolutely awesome drum kits that he made. So there's like this one here. Let me see. If I go here, this is just hi-hats. All of this is hi-hats. Let's see. Am I on the right one? I'm on the right one. Am I not jacked in? Jack in. Come on, jack it in. Maybe I changed my control surface, and that fucked it up. Shouldn't have, but it mucked with something. That's weird. Let's see, my SE25 shouldn't be. It's in. Why are you not playing? That is going to annoy the fuck out of me. That's going to annoy the living shit out of me. Hang on, I'm going to say this and quit and restart my Ableton because Touch Designer fucked it up. No, I didn't mute it. I didn't mute it. I wasn't getting MIDI in. I was not getting MIDI in. I should be getting MIDI coming in like that. You see the little flippy right up here. So up here in the corner. I should have that when that's working. Open recent. Open this. Yeah, I am a very big Ableton bigot. To be fair, I am an Ableton bigot that doesn't have an allegiance to Ableton. For instance, I started with Sonic Foundry's Acid, but I very quickly also moved to using Reason. And so I've used Cubase. I used Cubase a long time ago. I used Cubase. Then I used Cakewalk and Cubase. I was not a fan of Cubase. I found its workflow to be unbelievably cumbersome to move everything around and to connect everything. Sonic Foundry Acid was great. Sonic Foundry Acid allowed me to just sort of drop and go. I could put loops in and I could just go with loops and drive loop stuff really great. Reason was great because with Reason, if I just load up Reason here, Reason just gave me this ability to be very, very fluid with my, there was Cakewalk and there was Acid. There was Cakewalk turned into Sonar. Acid was out, as was Cubase. I really started with Voyetra Sequencer Plus Gold, which was an old time DOS sequencer. And yeah, Fruity Loops. And tons of people use Fruity Loops Suite now. And it's become a much more reasonable DAW, to be brutally honest. It's not perfect, but okay, you can skip all of this. Please I shouldn't have done it. I should not have done it. Close Reason. You can just kill Reason for fuck's sake. Now Reason has VST plugin support, which is great, but I don't want to have to fucking scan my plugins every time to go into there. I then jumped over to Ableton, and when I jumped over to Ableton, that just completely changed my my workflow. Like, it completely changed my workflow. The only way that I can describe it is that in Sonic Foundry's Acid, you were able to just paint loops in, and it was super easy to just paint loops in and erase loops. It was very, very sort of just drag, drop, and go, and really, really easy. And I had a full recording studio, so I had a gigantic 32 by 8 by 2 mixing console, and I had 4 racks of outboard gear. I have now 2 racks in my studio here. But I had 4 racks of studio gear, and everything was plugged in. I had all the MIDI was connected in with all my synthesizers, running into a 24 IO audio interface, and going through that workflow. Reason made a lot of sense for me because you were just connecting cables. When I moved over to Ableton, the idea that I was able to go in and I was able to create these huge sessions here like this that had all of these clips and I could play them all together, and then translate into this massive set. This is a set that I've been working on since 2004, Gabe. And I'll play it. Brooks has heard it, but you'll hear it now. This is a project that I started with a friend back in 2004 called Leucotic. And in Leucotic, I'll open this up here so you're able to see it. Let's see if this zooms in. If it zooms in good enough here. Underneath the library, we went and we asked for everyone to provide us with a whole bunch of source files. So what you have here is we have a bunch of source loops from Absurd Minds, Aganoids and Virtual Embrace, Alaska Highway, Boundless, Brainclaw, Carfax Abbey, C-Drone Defect, Chasm, Converter, Curve, Data Raper, Decoded Feedback, Distorted Reason, all of these bands, The Strand, Mercy Cage, Unwoman, Void Comp, William Faith, like lots and lots and lots of, I'll call them, there were, back in the day, we kind of saw the industrial scene as having tiers of industrial bands, like Skinny Puppy and Ministry, KMFDM, Front 242. Those were your gold tier, your A tier. And then your B tier were these second string of bands, How Job and VNV and all of these sort of second layer, second string, B class or B grade. So you had your A grade, your B grade, and then you had all of these C grade bands. We were the C grade bands. We were the bands that when you would go to a show, you had an opener, then you had a lead-in, and then you had the headliner. And we would be openers, and the B grands, Leather Strip would be a B grade. Leather Strip was the one that sat in the middle between an opener from the local city and the headliner that was touring. And as a B player or a lead-in band, you would pay to tour. So if you wanted to tour with Ogre or with Skinny Puppy or with Front 242, you paid to tour with them to help fund that tour. And then in every city, you'd get an opener or two, and they would open. Usually an opener and a DJ. So we got all of these B grade, C grade bands to give us a bunch of loops, and we turned it into something I've been working on since 2005, which is this project here. Let me actually bring up my mini meters to get the whole frickin' visuals going here. Here we go. This is a track that it starts at 110 and it goes all the way up to 160 BPM and then all the way back down to 110. And it's about 70 minutes long. And what I would do is I would take all of their loops and I use their loops to sort of build this gigantic set. The problem is that it's a gigantic set and I've never finished it. I was working on it the other day. I got a bunch of stuff done on it the other day. It's a It's great. So, for instance, this track here, this is a Reason track that used to be Reason. And so now I'm able to just load Reason up into Ableton and have it. I'm going to release it. I'm going to finish it and release this. Because there's no reason not to release it. The intention was to finish it and release it. Just life got in the way. All sorts of just life stuff. So I had this entire Reason set that played in parallel with Ableton, and they linked together using Rewire. And you took all of the audio from Reason into Ableton and out, and it worked brilliantly for 15 years, but they then changed it. And so I went through and I just started loading in all of the individual tracks as separate tracks now. So this is like one Reason track with Maelstrom going through that is just this synth patch playing. One of the problems that, not a problem, but my production since 2004, 2005, my production has changed dramatically. So this has been like, every time I go into it, I go, oh, I should add this now. I should do this now. Facts. Definitely gonna fix her vocal. I need to have a whole set of build-ups here. Like, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I plan on doing a whole run of just build-ups. Yeah, because I've got 3 sets of 4 there. So buses. I'm gonna go to my main and let me turn down let me drop in here a utility on the end so I can take it down. Okay, so I can just stop it, and that way I can talk normal. and not yell over myself. So there is a main channel. When you're looking at your channels, you've got a main channel and you have a set of returns. And those are what you normally have, is a couple of returns and a master out. What you're able to do is you are able to create an audio track, and you're able to route audio from one track to another track. So I created all of these buses, so a kick bus, a drum bus, a loop bus, a bass bus, etc. So that what I'm able to do is I'm able to go in here, and if I start here as an example, I can just solo my kicks or solo my drums or my loops, my bass, my low synths, my mid synths. And the way that it works is that your loops, if I scroll over to my section here, I've organized all my tracks so I have a set of loops going out. You can see here that my audio, I'm able to set it to I can route it to any track, and I have it routed to the loop bus. So you don't have dedicated buses. You create as many audio tracks as you want, and you define them as being buses or not. You create as many return tracks as you want, and those all become sends. And you are able to then set all of your sends to be pre or post there. And every track can have its own effect chain that then routes into your buses. So I have every one of these tracks routed into a bus that then on the bus has its own channel strip. So I effectively build every one of my tracks as if it was a standard mixing channel strip. It starts with the instrument in, then I have an EQ section, then I have a limiter, and then I have a utility at the very end that allows me to automate the gain without automating the faders. So you can see here I've got, if I zoom in here, see I have these little red dots that are here. That little red dot, if I go up here to very specifically to the channel, let me minimize this here and go to my Patricia track here. What you're going to find is that in here there is a set of automations that are in here, all on this track here. And all of these automations are automations of faders and everything. And the problem is that I absolutely hate automating my standard channel faders. I am unfortunately and regrettably very old school. I was not born with an SSL mixing console, so I did not have mixer automation. I had an old Mackie, not an old, but I had the mixer that I had was a MACKIE 32 by 8 by 2. So this was the mixer that I had. So a full 32 channel with eight subs or buses, and 6 sends, but nothing was automated on it. So what I did is I got myself a Motu 24 IO. Nope. Images. So I got myself one of these bad boys, which on the back looked like this and just gave me 24 ins and 24 outs. Those 24 ins, or the 24 outs, went into the first 24 channels. And what I did is I created in Ableton, I created an entire workflow into my mixing console where I bust every track out to stereo channel 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So I had 12 stereo buses into my mixing console. The first stereo bus was my kicks. The second one was snares. Third one was hats and loops. Fourth was bass. Fifth was low synth, then high synth, then guitars, then vocals, backing vocals, and samples. Because the picks are. Oh, I'm sorry. I was zoomed in. That's why. That was the mixing console that I had. Was that mixing console, and it enabled me to go in and basically take the first 24 channels and turn it into 12 stereo buses. And the 12 stereo buses I used in Ableton, and I routed everything out the same way that I have these buses here. So these buses are effectively my Mackie mixer. A kick bus, a drum bus, a loop bus, a bass bus, low, mid, and high, synth, guitar, vox, effects. That was my Mackie mixer back then. And because I didn't have automation on my mixer, and I couldn't automate the mixer buses, what I developed was I developed a workflow wherein I did all my automation using a utility at the end of a mixing, at the end of a track. Just drop a utility on there and automate the gain there, automate the panning there, rather than automating my faders. Because as soon as you start automating all of this shit, now you can't easily mute it. You can't easily turn it up or down in order to sort of check everything. And so I have a very, I would consider it to be a fairly archaic, old school workflow, not very modern, but it's fully in box now. I am fully in box. I don't need to mix outside the box, which is actually pretty cool. I'm very happy about that. So tons and tons and tons of automation in this track. My kicks have, you can see all of these are just automation spans for each of the different effects that are in here. So on the kick bus, I have a clean bus that has in it various triggers that are here. So for instance, if I come over to here and play this here, what you'll find is that there will be all of these different automations that start triggering on and off. Am I on the right track? I am on the right track. Yeah, there goes the triggers. So yeah, I like the summing. And I loved the fact that what I was able to get, I wasn't a great engineer like 20 years ago. I'm not a great engineer now, but I wasn't as good of an engineer then as I am now. Having my 32 channel mixing console gave me separation. Like it was incredible, the separation that I had just inherent within the electronics that came from every one of those strips. So I absolutely loved having a mixing console, but it made mixing a track like a gigantic pain in the ass. And what I ended up with was a mixer where I had a large ruler that acted as a unity marker. So I could take every one of my fader, I could take all of my faders, and I would put underneath. I had a ruler that went all the way across here, and I would bring everything to unity, and I would make all of my input gains all set at unity, and I would do all of my EQs when I would mix. I'd set everything to unity, just straight up, default. And then I would mix, I would submix into here, and I would do all my EQ mixing on the board and then transfer it over to my mixes in here. I would add an EQ into my track, and I'd move my EQ adjustment for that instrument into there. What I have found is that by doing the busing in Ableton, by having these buses down here and having these strips here that have an EQ, a limiter, and a utility on it in the spectrum, if I'm wanting to check out what's going on, I'm able to get a huge amount of control that I used to have in my mixer. I have here really, really well. And if I'm needing to go for warmth, there are plenty of plugins now, like Chow's tape model, that you can drop into here and pop it onto a TC260 to just get a standard analog tape model, and get a little bit of that warmth. I don't find that it's necessary for electronic music so much. A lot of the really good synth modules provide a lot of the sort of analog warmth right in the synth now, rather than you having to get it outside of the synth. So I found that I'm able to now inbox this where, if I was to play, here's my mix reference of this track. So if I play this mix reference here, let me go to that same section right here, and I'll play it. And I can jump between the two. So if I go here. So this was the mix down that I did on the Mackie in 2009. This was my mix. So what I have now is I've lost a whole bunch of mids because of the fact that I'm in the process of moving everything took all of Reason and put it into here. And I don't have all of my buses doing what's there, but I'm getting more separation now than I had before. Like my mix in 2009 is much more narrow. But I right now have a hollowness in the middle that I just don't have it. I don't have it all being fully mastered and mixed where it needs to be. So I have my reference track in here so that I can pull up my reference and jump between them, which is pretty nice. Go in here and it's so I have to bring all of my mid synths out. Like none of the synths are coming out and are popping at a mid level. So there's just a lot of having to sort of redo all of the mixing in here and apply a lot of the mixing techniques that I've developed over the last 10 years that I didn't use. Like back then, everything was separated out. The Reason track had its own mixer with its own shit that was going on, and that was nuts. So yeah, this was a pretty cool track. Lots and lots and lots of work has gone into this. That is there. I can show you guys, since I have both of you here. Let me open up the I'll open up the Bento Box Supreme. I'll show you what I did on it. I don't think, unless you guys watch the stream, I can show you what I did with Bento Box. Some of the processing that I did on that. And I can open up the other one that I did, that I stemmed for you guys. How much? So here's a question for you, Gabe. How much? What do you think your timeline is for getting your studio? Like, what's the time frame? Oh, that's awesome. Dude, your studio is like not just head and shoulders, like literally, you're building, you're like building floors above any of my like shit that I did. The two studios, I had three studios. The first studio was probably the coolest because it was above my father's garage. He had a studio apartment above the garage, and I took the bedroom. I turned it into a vocal booth. I put in a glass window for the vocal booth, so that we had really nice isolation. It had its own kitchen. It had its own bathroom. So we were able to just lock ourselves in there back in the early 2000s. We would lock ourselves up there. My buddy would, the lead singer for my band, and one of the guys that worked the studio, he would drop acid and lock himself in the studio and just like fuck around with things. It was crazy and amazing. That was probably the most robust studio that I ever built. The second studio was in the basement. My second house, my first house had a huge basement, 30-foot by 30-foot basement. And I did a off-axis corner-to-corner studio, so that I didn't have any parallel walls because of the fact that the walls were on an angle. I was able to get a lot of sort of the sound waves were sort of breaking, and it was really nice. The carpeting and everything allowed, and the room was big enough that we didn't get a lot of standing waves. That was really nice because I was performing and touring, and so I had my drum kit set up, and we could bring the whole band in, and we would sit there and we would do practicing. I ended up producing, I think, 9 albums in that studio. Then I moved to my second house, and at my second house, I had a 25 foot by 11 foot studio space in the basement. That one, we had to tear everything out of the basement because of water damage. So we redid everything, and I wired through the walls. All of the wiring, got clean wiring from the box all the way into the studio. Did rock wool on all of the ceiling and all the inside walls. I was working self-employed. So on one side of the studio, I had my office. Then I had my drum kit and a couch. And then, in fact, it was that couch right over there. That couch was in my studio. And then on one side of the studio was my mixing console. In fact, let me see. I do think I have in here. Pictures. And then look at where is the studio? Oh, it's going to because it's going to be out here, I think. Pictures. And then, oh, maybe not. Go to me. And then go to, I don't know where I've put all this shit. Where did I put all of my shit? I used to have tons and tons of shit everywhere. And then I organized it. And in organizing it, I lost where I put everything. Studio. This was my second studio here. Why am I not able to open this up? Fucking just open it in preview. Why am I not able to get fucking preview here? That's so weird. Open, fucker. Okay, I don't know why that's not working. Thank you. Old studio kit there, and then that was my electronic kit that was in the corner of the room. I moved shit around, but mixing console, one of my racks, all of my gear. This was back in the 90s. That was my first setup that was down there, all flat against one wall. And I was getting standing waves from that. So the second studio, I put the mixing console into the corner and put 2 studio racks on either side with all of my gear and my drum kit there. This allowed us to then have all the way around it, bands playing and a couch over here listening to it and watching TV and everything, which was really nice. Let's see, move. So then we got, this was the new studio in my second house. And you can see it's the worst room in the universe, tile floors, with these straight walls and shallow ceilings. That was the studio that then got completely torn up. Let's see if I can move past these pictures to, putting all the shit in there. So I had all my gear in there. So big, long space, very, very long. And we got that set up so that we would put on one side of the space the studio and then the drum kit in the middle. But we had to tear all the walls down. And when we tore the walls down, I was able to redo the entire studio with rock wool in the walls and ceiling and foam on the outer wall. So in the house, you didn't hear anything. In the studio, you couldn't hear anything. It was great. When you got outside the studio, I could have it pounding. On one side, I had my V8s. And on the other side of the studio, I don't know if I've got don't think that I have a picture of my other monitors that were on the other side of the room. Maybe I do. Here, hang on. Do I? Nope, I don't. So on the other side of the room were the other large monitors. I have 2 very large Mackies. Getting acoustic treatment was great because at the point at which I lost I deadened a lot of the live aspect of the room. I just deadened it a bit. That ended up helping a massive amount when I did that. It was much nicer at that point to work in the studio simply because of that. See if I can find. That was at the old studio. Us fucking around in the old studio. Yeah, I'm not gonna find any of that in here. Oh yeah, this is us. This was us recording in the old studio. But these are smaller pictures. Me fucking around. This was one of the most amazing periods though for me doing an album. Much like when Kevin talks, you get everybody to bring their gear in. You get them all plugged in. We had our computers all set up. So there's Voyetra, the sequencer. playing all of the synths, everything routed into the mixer, that all routed into a DAT, because that's how we mixed down. We mixed down to a DAT file. Absolutely crazy, just absolutely crazy. That kind of stuff. I am not organized, Gabe. I wish I were organized. I try very hard to get organized, but I'm not very organized. I wish I were more organized than I am. I am badly not organized. Old photos, live photos, really cool live photos. Here, I'll show you some cool live photos. Me playing live with the kit, wearing my nasty makeup and my mohawk, sitting out there doing really cool shit at the time, being vicious and angry on stage. Lots of fun performing. This was, I think, the PTI show that we did. We opened for Combi Christ. This was us opening for, I think, Nitzareb. We played at not Wax Tracks, at Cabaret Metro. This was us playing at the Abbey, doing PTI. Crazy shit. Absolutely crazy shit. Old times. Old times. I don't do that anymore. Do I have studio in here? I think I've got better studio photos in here, but I must have moved them. Oh well, that's good. So, Bento. I so fucked around with this track. It was so much fun to play with this track, dude. I started just glitching your drums. So on your drums here, if I turn everything off, I so love it. I so love when I turn effects off and that's all you get is that. I took an automated, I automated on here just a whole bunch of different effects here. So I have one that's just smack attack, and this is when this chain selector is here, it's just doing a this is just a transient shaper. I then had in the second pane, I had Freezer that did these delays that were really cool. In the third one, I put in Grind, which is an awesome plugin from Audio Damage. In the fourth one, I did another Grind. In the fifth one, I did Air Windows stuff. So I did a lo-fi. And then in the sixth parallel, I did another Air Windows doing a hip crush. And then for the second to the last one, I did an Evil Auto, which is an OTT. And then the last one was a was this Zoom plugin that would play every time it would glitch that. So that was my first set of effect chain. This effect rack that just sort of had a bunch of parallel buses going. And so I'm automating all of those going there. And then that went through a second one that had a clean bus and a replicant playing as well. That would then throw that in there. And then a permutate, which my favorite plugin in the universe. Permutate mixed with an X noise to take out all the noise that permutate was adding into it. So takes out all of this noise that's on there. So that allowed me to fuck up with the drums. And then I put drums on top of it. Just a simple groove, which quite honestly, Gabe, I put this groove here. You couldn't come up with a more simple loop than this. Because I went, I'm not going to program a whole bunch of analog, like real drums when we've got real drummers that can play real fucking drums. I don't have a drum kit, so I can't play any real drums into it. I'll let y'all do real drums. So I just put this in here for texture. I then took the another set of beats and layered these into there because they're just really cool. I then took your sub. You had this sub, and the way that you had these subs, you had two subs in there that that appeared to be like I could have them left and right if I wanted to, so I could bring this on and have a left and right playing, which I determined I didn't need to do that. I could just take and go with a mono instead of doing a left and right on it. So I ended up just sticking with just a mono signal for that. And I didn't do anything significant with the sub. I left your sub as was, didn't need to fuck with it. I then dropped in my own synth. This is a JP8080 JP8000 emulation that I put in here. Literally just didn't add anything to it. Then put in a Legend synth, which is another one of my favorite, which I really enjoy. I then added in a codex, which if I go back to the beginning, this song, or this synth, just plays this, is all it plays, but I then added in a permutate, again, my favorite plugin in the universe. And this one is doing a weird chop, weird stop chop that goes. Yeah, codex is... Look, I know that everyone wants to hate on Waves. I really like Waves plugins. I've got two synths from Waves that are great. I've got a bass plugin from Waves that's great. I spend very little money on the plugins because I get them when they're $29. So next to nothing. I can have them running on two computers, and every couple of years, I end up having to pay for an upgrade plan that allows me to get to the latest version. And with any other software company, you just have to go buy the new version. You don't get unlimited upgrades for the rest of your life with every software package out there. So I love Waves plugins. I have no issue with them at all. I think that haters are just hating. And then I put permutate on this to give it, this is a very specifically an end of tape. It does these little bit instructions. So you have these toggles that do bit instructions. Here, I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit better. You toggle these on and off. And by doing that, this is like turning on stretch. This is turning on a stop. And as it plays through, it does the various instructions at those particular times as they move through. And then down here are different gates for different gate times. So when you play it, that's that tape stop that was there. So that tape stop will happen there, which is really cool. And then I put freezer on there because I wanted to glitch it out. So you get this. And then I just fucked around with that at the end here, making a different pattern that would play underneath everything and sort of go wild. And that gave me this. I need to clean this up a little bit. The bass gets a little muddy there. So that was the Bento Box Supreme. If you want to see how stupid the stuff was I did yesterday, let me show you guys what I did yesterday so you can see just how stupid it was. So I took Bento Box, I took that track, and I deleted everything that was there. And instead, I retracked just a couple of things in it. So I kept a set of automations. This is my main channel here. So this is Bento Box now. You can see that it is a couple of loops, and I've got my 8-bar loop here. So this was the 8-bar loop that I would go through. And if I played this on my main bus, my main channel here, I have all of these effects here automating on and off. So it's automating these different ones on and off here in order to get those different patches. And that was all I did. And then I would go over to here and do the next set. There's a really cool effect. It's free, by the way. It's awesome. This plugin here called Moon Echo. What an unbelievably awesome plugin. This thing, you actually can ping the moon. I mean, not like literally, but no, you use Logic. I think Brooks uses Logic. So I just stem everything out for you guys, is all I do. Which is easy. It's easy for me to do that. Where was the one that I did for, let me open, and then may we. Yeah, Logic. That's what I thought. So what I will do for every project that I work on, all I will do is I will just stem everything out for you guys. So that every track that I give you, I'll give you there's already, this track already exists up in a 7-zip file for you guys to fuck with. So for instance, this beat here that I have here is this track here, just not, it doesn't have anything. I just rendered it out. So you get zero to end stems of everything. So I did stems. And that way I'll give you guys stems that you guys can work with, and it's easy enough for me to render it. In Ableton, if I want to render a stem out, like if I wanted to render this track out here, if I turn this on here and this synth here, so all of these really cool glitchy. By the way, if you want to see one of another wicked plugin, this is called Table Saw. So you can automate all of this stuff in here doing this weird glitchy shit, which is great. In Ableton, if I want to render a stem out for this, all I do is I just grab this and I go bounce to a new track, and it'll take all of this and it'll just drop it to a new track this fast. Of course, it's going to take forever to get kicked off, but then it goes. So I just run through and I stem everything for you guys. So I'm going to give you a very bad hot take, Gabe. I'm sure that for the things that you're doing, Atmos is great, but I'm pretty confident that a majority of the universe doesn't use Atmos. That is not suggesting that it's a bad thing for you to do. I agree with you with regards to using a DAW that gives you the ability to do it, because if you're working as a production house for content, as for content houses where you're producing fucking material for, industrial houses, movie studios, bands that want it, that means everything to them. But there's a really good hot take on Atmos by Ben. If you've ever seen Ben Johnson do his Atmos video, it's one of the best things. He went out and he did his best to get an Atmos setup, and the amount of effort that it took for him to get Atmos set up, and then to determine that his room wasn't treated right, that his experience was completely lost in it. So for what you're talking about is completely 1,000% on, 1,000% there. I made a very very specific decision a while ago when I started working in 5x1 and 7x1. This was 20 years ago. Everyone was moving to 5x1 and 7x1, and everyone wanted to, all right, you got to work in 5x1 and 7x1. And I'm like, I'm working on music, and I'm just going to work on getting music done, and it's not going to be in 5x1 or 7x1. And I'll do that when someone comes to me and pays me enough money to give a shit about 5x1 and 7x1. So I've not been locked on that. That said, I totally respect putting that together and having that. Your studio is so sweet. What are the monitors that you have? What's the monitors that you have? Because I can't remember when I looked at the pics of your monitors, but my KRK V8s that I have over here are great, but they are, they're like C-class in the tiers of monitors that one would use. Dude, one of the best experiences I ever had was mixing at my, I had a friend who didn't have kids, so lots of disposable money. Him and his wife worked for Oracle. He worked with me. We were making a good buck every year, and he just would throw his money into whatever the fuck he wanted, however the fuck he wanted. And he had two focals that were, it cost him about 10 grand to he spent as much on his focals as he did a small car. Like you could buy a car for the amount of money he had spent on focals at the time. And I went to his studio, which he didn't have a studio. He had a computer desk, and I brought my laptop. I brought my second EP that I did, and I brought my Focusrite audio interface, and I plugged the focals right out of that. And it was one of the most amazing mixing experiences I have ever had. I mean, the reason to have a brilliant studio, which is why I respect what you're building, when you're mixing in a great studio, you get great mixes, not because of the fact that you're mixing for those people that have great studios. The only reason that you need to mix in a great studio is because you can hear everything. Like, you can't mix what you can't hear. At the end of the day, you cannot mix what you cannot hear. And I was in heaven. Interestingly, all the mixing that I'm doing these days, 90% of my mixing is done on these little fuckers. They cost me $25, and they're fucking fantastic. They're absolutely freaking insane how good they are. Let me see if I can't find what they were. In-ear monitors. Were they those? And they're very inexpensive, like stupidly inexpensive. Maybe they cost me like $50, but let's see, orders. Come on. Yeah, these. This is what I have. $25. $25. And these are some of the best monitors that I have. They are so unbelievably flat and clean. And they're $25. Like I have an absolutely incredible pair of blue headphones that I use that are amazing. These headphones are awesome. I love them. I listen to them. But like I have those. I have a pair of Souls. So I have 4 pairs of headphones that I'll listen to mixes on, and then my V8s and my cheap computer speakers. I go through a set of mixes on there. And these fucking little in-ear monitors are getting me 90% of the way to my mix, which I've never been able to do before. Like unfucking believable. I can't believe just how incredible it is to do that. Like these headphones, it just blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. So 2 months. In 2 months, Gabe, that means August. So I go to Germany in July. I'll be down by you this Saturday. I'm going to go see my dad on Saturday. But I'm going to be in Phoenix so fast. I'm driving down Saturday morning, driving back Saturday evening. So 10 hours of driving with a quick visit and a quick run to Portillo's because I'm going down for Portillo's. Yeah, dude, the Apple AirPods are great. The Apple AirPods are fantastic. I think that there's nothing wrong. Like when my first studio, so my first studio on top of having this mixing channel, we had 238 sync cassettes. I had two Tascam 238 sync cassettes that were connected with the Tascam SMPTE controller. So you would stack two of these on top of one another, and you would stripe the eighth track with SMPTE, and then you would sync the two with the SMPTE controller. And I ran for like 4 years. I think it was like 4 or 5 years. We ran a 16-track studio, and we charged. I think we charged $10, $15 an hour for studio time. This was just outside of Chicago, and the number of R&B and rap artists that came to our studio, 90% of what I did in the studio was rap and R&B, because I was charging $15, $12 an hour. And so cheap studio, 16 tracks, in a nice part of town, a safe part of town where they could drive in, hang out late at night, work with me in the studio. And one of the things I learned from them was that your mix wasn't good until you took your mix outside and played it on their car. Like, if you did not play your mix on their subs and it didn't sound like the other music that they had on their subs, you were fucked. Like, you didn't do that. You did not do that. You needed to have that. And I thought it was a very cool experience. Just so I'm a big believer in having lots of different mixing experiences. Like, my whole house is fitted with Alexas. I'm not talking to you, but I have her in every room, so I can pipe music to the whole house just by playing it to the whole house. And when I do that, I can go from room to room listening to it on a mono system everywhere. And if I bring up my Fire TVs, I can have it playing out of my TVs in stereo or my theater system in stereo. So I can go from room to room to room listening to my mixes throughout the house. As I'm doing that, it's great. I love it. So anyway, I'm rambling now, guys. Sorry. So I'm totally with you on the headphones. And if you guys want these in-ear monitors, I should have given you the link here. Hang on. I'll put the link in our chat so that you have them. I'm sure that there's an updated version of them, but I was blown away. A guy said the same thing to me as Jail Cooper. Hang on. For some reason, shit doesn't end up popping in. Was it a JL Cooper PPS2 SMPTE box? No. It was not that. Although I did have I do think I had a SMPTE box that was for doing my SMPTE time code. I had a SMPTE time code box. I can't remember how old it was, but it was a little one like this. It was just from the old days. And then I had a Tascam, and it was which one was it? See if I can't find it in here. With the sync 238. Now they're just going to show me all of this shit instead of what I wanted to see, which was the Tascam connector that they had. It was not the 210. But it was a whole, this one right here. The MTS 1000 Midiizer. That was it. And it worked great. I mean, I had that, and I actually had this as my DAT player. I had a Tascam DA45HR. It went out to that. I did all my mixing on the Mackie right out to that. Worked great. It was very nice. I enjoyed doing all that analog stuff then. I wouldn't go back to it though. What a big pain in the ass that was. Tapes, like just constant tapes and everything else that I had to do it. Does my wife love having the music play all through the house? Yes. She actually does enjoy listening to the music play throughout the house. She has a very eclectic palette. To be fair, she doesn't listen to the music I listen to when she's not with me. She likes bands like John Denver or artists like John Denver. She likes lots of 80s music. She likes Depeche Mode and 80s sort of synthwave and that kind of stuff. But if I'm playing my music, she absolutely loves it. If I'm playing our stuff, she loves it. Absolutely loves it. Has no problem with it. One of her favorite industrial songs is Ministry's Stigmata. Absolutely loves Nitzereb's first album. Thinks it's absolutely great. I wouldn't convince you, Gabe, because I wouldn't work on trying to convince you. There is something that's really cool about it. Everyone has their cave. Every dude has their cave. And my recording studio was my cave. I gave up my cave because I didn't want to have to manage it anymore. I ran an ISP and a hosting service for 25 years. I gave that up. I was tired of managing Linux boxes. I was tired of managing software. I used to write my own software. I'd program my own websites. I was tired of managing and maintaining all of that bullshit. I'm on my fourth digital audio workstation since 2002. My fourth digital audio workstation. So 4 in 25 years. I had one on Windows XP. I had one on Windows. I think I did jump up to Windows 7. So I had Windows XP. Then I went to Windows 7. Then I went to Windows 10 in 2017. And then I went to Windows 11 just last year with my new system. And, I had in between, I had a MacBook Pro laptop that I used for a lot of stuff. But currently today, I have an Intel. Let me see if I can't open the right shit here. Here it is. This should show me all of my CPUs and everything. So I have an Intel Core i9 14900 with an NVIDIA RTX 4080 Super. So I've got, 24 cores, something like that. 24 cores, I think. I don't have any issues with this at all. Running it, I don't run into issues with my audio. I'm able to run outside of Ableton. I run a full outside of Ableton. I run Resolve in order to do DaVinci Resolve Studio. In order to basically run my entire, do all of my video editing. So as an example, if I go into, skip that, and I go to here and I go to, oh no, go back, and go into Earth. I'll open up Earth here, put that to the side because I really don't, nobody cares about this. So what you haven't seen is, aren't able to see, I've got now on, I have 3 monitors, one big monitor in front of me, plus I have a monitor over here, and I have a monitor down over here. So I have 3 monitors, and they just all opened up with everything on there. And I'm able to do full video editing with this, and I don't run into any issues with this. It works great. All of the different effects processing and everything that I need to do works fantastic on here. Which, don't get me wrong, I love my Apple ecosystem for certain things like Lightroom, not Lightroom. I love doing all of my video editing and everything on the Apple. I had photo editing and video editing on there that was great, but I now do all of my photo editing in on one photo. It allows me to go in and work on editing all my photographs and, you know, getting really awesome looking photographs. So my PC has been good to me. My Windows 10 PC was great. I'm streaming at the same time that I'm doing all of this. I'm able to stream to YouTube. I haven't tried multicasting to Twitch, but Twitch isn't a great streaming platform anymore. So I don't stream to Twitch anymore. And I now stream just to this regularly, and just do that, and that's all that I do. So I don't know. It's fun. It's cool. Simple, very, very simple inbox setup. I don't do anything complicated anymore. Keeps me very self-contained. I have a whole bunch of outboard controllers. I have 3 launch pads. So I have 3 launch pads that I'm able to set up to do DJ sets, because I do DJ sets with my DJ. I have a DJ persona called DJ Riki, and that allows me to bring in and do things like, should I do DNB 1? I'll do DNB 1. It's probably going to bitch at me. Yeah, what games do you do, Brooks? DaVinci Resolve works on a Mac, yes. DaVinci Resolve works great on a Mac. I play just about everything a little. But I'm fairly private about sort of that part of my life. I don't know if I have. Let me see here. Okay, it is up on the other side. Let's see if I can't, just to give you guys a sense of. Here, do like this. There. Those are the main games that I do. Only 4,700 hours in Warframe. DaVinci Resolve is great, Gabe. DaVinci Resolve is fantastic. And with the new shit that oh, by the way, the number of games that I have in my I have 159 games in my library right now. So I have a lot of games. These are just the ones that I've played the most of. um, uh, have you seen the latest stuff that they have done in Resolve? You should take a look at it, Gabe. So first thing they did in 21, they added in effectively an entire page to do photo editing. Not photo editing like Photoshop. Consider it to be a replacement for Lightroom. So you have all of this ability to do color correction and color grading and processing, and you've got Fusion that can do all of this inside of there. Let me close this out. I'm going to show you guys something. I'll show you it in Resolve. DaVinci Resolve not only provides you now with an ability to do video editing, it gives you an ability to do absolutely incredible, color grading, absolutely incredible Fusion, which Fusion is like After Effects, and now photo editing. And on top of that, they have an entire multi-track recording system. So you have Fairlight, which was an old audio recording system, not the Fairlight synthesizer, but there was a Fairlight audio recording system that DaVinci Resolve ended up getting, and it allows you to go in and put on every track. You know, you can basically look at every track and run it. You've got on here, you don't see it because it's in the other window. Let me see if let me put this down to view. I want to change my workspace to turn off dual screen, please. Thank you. So you have an entire mixing console that comes with it, with an ability to do to add effects into there, including all of your VST effects that are into there. It comes with built-in AI tools so that any audio track that you have in there, if you have an audio track in there, you are able to apply AI voice isolation, AI dialogue leveling, AI music remixing. You're able to pitch it and change it. It comes with built-in equalizers and everything. So you can modify all of that in real time. I am doing, there's a lot of stuff that I do. Here's a video that I'm working on a set of video essays.
Hello, Betsy. Hi, it's Travis. How you doing? Listen, I'm sorry about the other night. I didn't know that was the way you felt about it. Well, I didn't know that was the way you felt. I would have taken you somewhere else. Are you feeling better, or? Well, maybe you had a virus or something, 24-hour virus, you know. It's gonna happen, yeah. You've been working hard.
Where's the audio? Where's my audio? What is it about this shot? Why don't I have my audio? What did I fucking do to my mixing console that I lost my audio on this? There's my music. It should be playing. Should have been playing here. Did it not find it? Oh, it didn't find it. That's why. it lost all of its audio waves. That's unfortunate. How did it lose those? Find in my media pool. Why are you not finding? Use because I know that it moved. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? What was it? Open the file location. Dev null doing under music projects. Well, let me fix that real fast. Yes, you can't find the media. Fuck you. I know you can't find the media because I moved you. You were over here. If I just do like this, you'll find the fucking media. Now go find it. Open the file location. H, music projects, dev null. I just put you back. I just put you fucking back. Do I have to reload you? I might have to reload. Okay. Back to home. Load taxi driver again. I hate when I move my media around. See? I suck at organization. I totally do, dude. I moved shit around to organize it, and now I've got to go find my fucking media again. It so pisses me off when I do that. I do that so much. Cleaning up my sample library, I have like 100, I have like 200 gigs of samples, and it absolutely kills me when I do that because I have to go and I have to refind everything, and Ableton is better. Wow, you didn't find it this time either? Oh, I know why. I moved you back, but I moved Black Point because I'm such an ass. So Glau and I started Sonsen, and I moved Black Point over to here. Crap. Okay, so that is over here, and that means that this would be in open file location. Please check the path or change the parent folder if it is moved. Yes, well, I will change the parent folder. Can I do that over inspector? Can I do that in? I'm not sure how to do that correctly. Clips here. Yeah, because it's not there anymore. It's now in. Where is my num drive? Then go to here and go to Sunsen and go to Black Point here. And show me the full names. Are you not going to find them that way? There's an easy way to fucking substitute where the shit is, and I don't know how to fucking do it, which is really, really embarrassing. But it's because I don't use Resolve regularly. Because I just did this here, and if I was in Ableton, I would just say, replace everything with these files, and it would just replace them with the files. And here I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. This file, though, this file here is supposed to be in viewing. So what I can do is this. If I just go to here and I go to this and make a copy of this. Go back up to doing and paste it in here. Go. Because I don't want to move this from where it's at. Oh, now it's finding everything. Now it's finding everything. I'm losing my reds. That's good. There it goes. Now I've got all the music. Come on, give me the last piece.
Yeah. You've been working hard.
This is a track that Glau wrote. And I'm like, dude, I'm taking your track. What is it about this shot? And I really mean just this shot. That's so perfect. It's undisputably perfect. It's beautiful in its simplicity, and it's awkwardly effective. This shot is the shot that made me love filmmaking so many years ago. It changed my entire perspective on what could be done in film. How telling a story with film could be so unbelievably and incredibly powerful. All of this from just this one shot. This one glorious and perfect shot. That is what today's essay is about. Ugh. There's the dolly move. But it lets you, so inside of here, you can go in and, let's see if I move
Coppola.
over.
Making. So, of course, we would watch those.
Over here.
However, is what I see as incredibly creative and deliberate framing. Most studies of this shot focus on the camera tracking to the empty hallway. And sure, for me, that unconventional dolly move is my first love in this shot. However, the framing. Oh, the framing. First, we see the three phones acting as a leading line heading up to Travis. And because Travis is in the far right third of the frame, we find him trapped. He's boxed in. This framing is so wonderfully deliberate.
That's very kind of you,
That it
Gabe.
makes us feel awkward and cramped. So that when the camera finally dollies to the hallway, we're relieved to get away.
Yeah, I have about 40 different video essays that I want to do. There's an entire video essay that I want to do just on this track. There's a particular Skinny Puppy track. It is in, and I think it's in Vivisect. Let me see which one, but my favorite Puppy album of all time. And I think that it's either that or it's Too Dark Park. Yes, actually. And it's not that track. Is it VX Gas Attack? It is VX Gas Attack.
The Iranians had a great opportunity to make their case.
Ritual murders.
Oh, what an amazing track this is. It's either that or let me check and see if it is Too Dark Park. There is a track where Kevin very deliberately takes out Too Dark Park. Very deliberately takes out the snare. And it is part of what I absolutely love about art is I love seeing the artist or recognizing the artist in it. No, I love Tormentor is so good. This album is so good. YouTube not acting friendly. I'm not going to find it. I know I'm not going to find it. I don't have it. I don't have it at the top of my mind. But I've got in there. Let's see. Where is my? Images, tone, music, shit. Oh, scripts? Is it in? Yeah, scripts. Here's my list of all of the videos I have to do. If we covered a puppy track, if we were doing a puppy track, that would be well, I've already done a cover of one at one point. I did Assimilate, I think it was. I did Assimilate, but I don't know. I don't know. It's very hard for me to think about covering Puppy because of the fact that just the standard is so high. Like it's such a high bar to hit. It's daunting. When I did it, I don't know if I've got Assimilate, if it's openable, but I've got Assimilate. I think I have Assimilate already in here. Mindflux Funeral. Where's our covers? Singles, Puppy, Classics. Huh. That's very odd. I'm kind of shocked that I'm not finding it in here. That's very interesting. I thought that I would have had it in here. Maybe it's in here. It is old shit. Like super old shit. From way back. This is not the Puppy project that was that. This was we did a track using just in honor of Skinny Puppy at one point, part of a big project that everyone joined into. Candle is great. Candle is really great. To be honest, that might be a really great track simply because of the fact that it's I would argue that it's not the most how would I describe it? It's not the most quintessential Skinny Puppy. It's enough on the edge or enough on the periphery we wouldn't get the what did you do that for kind of thing, I think. So that could be a reasonable place to go downtown. Doo-doo. Rock. I'm trying to find my puppy shit. Traditional. There it is. Skinny puppy. There it is. And then that is in the process, right? Candles in the process. It's beautiful. This is the one, and it's sad that this is the track that everyone points to and says Ogre, they didn't finish the process, because listen to Ogre's vocals. And I don't know, man. I love the fact that his vocals are dry. I love his vocals being dry. Which, by the way, watch this. This is. I mean, you can do this in Logic too, but it's so nice that they've given us these tools now to go in and to just separate the stems, just like this. Bing, bing, bing. The choke is good too. The choke is good too. That's an older one though. That one was on Bites in Remission, wasn't it? The choke, I'm pretty sure. I'm not very good with song names and which albums they're on. You know, when you have all of the fucking material and you just listen to too much stuff, you just listen to music and you don't care. So yeah, Bites, exactly. Yeah. That's a classic track. It's a classic track. So I think we could take an old track and make it modern and gritty, or I think that we could take a track like Candle and we could make it something that is like radical, like a radical departure from it, so that it deviates from Puppy. I did a whole set of remixes. For instance, let me see if I can't find them here in Flux and our, not the singles, mixes. Do I have it in here? It's the Puppy Improv. No. Where did I put it? That's where it is. That's where they are. Covers. Oh, yeah. See, look at the choke. Here's my initial start on the choke. If you want to hear it, I'll play it here for you.
If you cut off my hand, what do I say? Me and my head or me and my body?
But I mean that was 2008, so I know that I could do a much better job on that. Like but it's cool. Like it's cool. I did cool shit with it. I did an entire cover of by the way, I'm all for doing covers. I love doing covers. I did a cover of Garbage, Only Happy When It Rains. Okay, I'll bring it back up and I'll get you stems. You guys can go to town. That's easy enough. So I would love to do covers. So we can do all the covers that you guys want to do. You throw covers together and we'll do that. If you've ever seen, there is a cool video called Thou Shalt Not. Music video. Oh, this one here. This one. If you've ever seen this video, if you guys remember this video. Do you guys remember this?
Thou shalt not steal if there is a direct victim. Thou shalt not worship pop idols or follow lost prophets. Thou shalt not take the names of Johnny Cash, Joe Strummer, Johnny Hartman, Desmond Decker, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix or Sid Barrett in vain. Thou shalt not think any male over the age of 30 that plays with a child that is not their own is a paedophile. Some people are just nice. Thou shalt not read NME. Thou shalt not stop liking a band just because they become popular. Thou shalt not question Stephen Fry. Thou shalt not judge a book by its cover. Thou shalt not judge Legion by Danny Glover.
For one of the tours that we did, I ended up doing a cover of that track called Thou Shalt Always Kill, because we always say kill in our songs. And Tony would sit at the front of the stage with cards and would just be talking into the microphone and then chucking it in. So this is a remix that I did of Thou Shalt Always Kill. I'm willing to bring this one up, Brooks, and you can put vocals to this just like that one. It's very Chemical Brothersy. The problem was that we weren't a very political band. So, like we got just gently political at one point. But we can easily do Candle. Like all we got to do, we've got all the stuff we need. There's the bass. So I can easily pull my own drums together for Candle. But to be honest, Candle will need a live kit because Candle live is better. Like Puppy playing Candle live is infinitely better than the album version. All because of fucking Justin on drums. Like the drums are just nuts on the live version. All right. Well, I will work on pulling together some loops for a Candle cover remix. I can easily do that. That's a piece of cake. Like that's super easy to do. I mean, I already striped it. So like that's easy. And I can bring up the choke. I just don't know. I'll have to look to see if I have, let's see, choke. Have to see if I've got the Ableton project file up, but I'll bring that up as well. Those two would be super easy, fun things to work on and pull together for you guys to fuck around with, especially since I already have the choke like done. Of course, we don't have to do anything until you're ready. The answer is of course. Like all you have to do is say, okay, but we're waiting until I can do this, and then we're waiting. I mean, I'm not racing I'm not racing to anything, you know. So I'm waiting for you to be able to do what you want and can, is my take. Close out, resolve. You know, it's candidly a lot easier for me to be very prolific when I don't have to finish something, because my biggest problem is finishing. I don't have a problem with creating. I have a problem with finishing. So, yeah, Brooks is working on his EP. I'm working on an EP. I have 3 EPs. I'm working on, I showed you, I'm working on how many video essays? Oh, yeah, it's 35 video essays. So I've got plenty to keep myself done. I've got a Sherlock Holmes video essay I've already done. That one is really good for Game of Shadows. That one turned out, the Game of Shadows one turned out incredibly good. Let's see, where did I put that one? Video projects, no. Videos and hail. Did I put it in here? No, for the last time. Oh, did I move it? I moved it into D. That's where it went. Yeah. It's in there. That's too bad. Thought I had it and I don't. I thought I had it and I don't. So yeah, we'll wait. Poetry of Rain. No? Shit. I thought I had it for a minute. Then I didn't have it. So anyway. what do I do with these essays? So I have a YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, and on that channel, I have in it your videos. I'm working on launching this. The video channel is Poetry of Rain, and it's just for video essays. So, like, this is I'm getting ready to release this. So, real quick, the whole idea behind this series, A Moment of Perfection, is that I'm of the opinion that that we experience moments. Our experiences are momentary, and they are moments that get burnt into us. So it's not that you listen to Skinny Puppy and you love the entire body of work that Skinny Puppy has. It's that there are a couple of key moments that have occurred that caused you to fall in love with all of the rest of the things that Skinny Puppy did. And that drew you, whether it was Ogre's voice on this particular track, or for me, like Harsh Stone White and the kick drums that are in there, and the fact that he takes out the snare at one part, and it just blows my mind. So instead of sitting there and trying to do video essays that analyze why a movie is so great or why a soundtrack is so great, I do it around perfect moments. So that's the idea behind this series. You'll see here. I explain it in here. So, what is it exactly that makes for a perfect moment? What is it that, for me, in Game of Shadows, made it such a moving and incredible moment? Was it the shots, the acting? Was it the editing, the soundtrack, the Foley, the VFX? What exactly is it that made it such a perfect moment? That's what I intend to share with you today. Of course it's those things. It's every single one of those things combined. However, something very unique about this film's perfect moment strikes me. The story is the least compelling aspect of this moment. When we watch the shots that are there, it's just people running through the woods. When we look at the way that the things are edited together, it's just an expose of different visual articulations. This isn't a heart-wrenching, moving, delicate French love story. This is a technical masterpiece that's on display. This isn't something that every person that watches this shot is going to necessarily get. However, every time I watch this shot, I cry. Why? Why is it that every time I cry?
Okay, so it's the visceral and emotional reaction that makes this sequence of shots so meaningful. It moved me. What aspect of the filmmaking process drove that? Since it isn't the story for me. Let's start with the editing and consider the sequence we saw at the beginning of the essay. Guy Ritchie and his team stitched together a series of shots where each one tells a story and nothing more. Stories that we can easily follow because they don't try to be anything other than what they are. Now, consider the soundtrack. Hans Zimmer establishes the pacing through an orchestrally sparse rhythmic drum score. For a musically inclined director like Ritchie, this had to be magical. I'll share two passages with you. This first one, from the beginning of the forest chase, and then I'll let you guess at what the other one was for. You can immediately tell that the tone, the timbre of this piece changed. It's now this fluid, rolling exhale in storytelling. Right alongside the soundtrack is the Foley. I'll play the same opening soundtrack sequence now. However, this time, let's listen together to it with the Foley. Note how all the sound effects enhance and build upon the soundtrack's pacing. So, back to the visuals. This film sequence is filled with special effects shots. Some shots are simply slowing down time. Other shots are all about slowing down frenetic energy while still being super fast-paced. We can make out their faces, their purpose, their emotions, and then some shots are just there to create a heightened sense of risk and danger. And one last thing, and something that I didn't even notice till I started really analyzing this sequence for the essay. Note how most of the shots convey direction and motion. Some shots are basic trucking shots with movement all flowing in one direction, while other shots are orbital camera moves that's used to create counter movement in the foreground and background. And in almost every shot, the main subject is locked on, allowing us to maintain our attention and our focus. Just as Tony from Every Frame's a Painting explains in his essay on Akira Kurosawa, if you put the right motion and emotion together, you get something, and I'll add this color, brilliantly cinematic. So, I've shared with you what I see and what I hear when I watch this chase scene. But I'm not so sure that I've explained just why it is that this shot means so much to me. So let me try and do that for you quickly. I think that I cry at this sequence because I'm celebrating the magnificence of the artists. I'm blown away by how perfect and transparent the VFX team created their shots. I'm amazed at the movement throughout the scene, how overt it is without being distracting. I'm swept up in the soundtrack, and I'm titillated by how the Foley works in rhythmic time. And when it comes to the directing, I'm in complete awe. Complete and utter awe at Guy Ritchie. what he must have had to imagine and then compose to achieve this chase scene. To recognize and celebrate this experience, that's what moves me. And that's what makes this such a perfect moment. All right. So we've gotten to that part of the essay where there's nothing left to do other than witness this moment.
I guess we should watch it.
Confession.
We'll watch it.
Lass dich nicht kommen! Auf, warte den verdammten Mann! Wer ist denn da hoch? Der Feind! Einhundertmäßig! Wenn sie entkommen, sind sie tot! Mann, doch nicht da tun! Feind! 300 Richtung Stadt!
Zu viele Füchse für euch paar Hühner.
Oh, that was funny. That's funny. Yes, I got blocked. Oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Temporarily blocked. Oh, that is great. Oh, that is the difference between this and Twitch. I think I'm still streaming, but it has been blocked. I don't know if it comes back or if it came back, so whatever. Not sure if we're back. Effing YouTube. So that's my poetry of rain. Yeah, I'm okay. Totally good. Oh, that's great. So that's my poetry of rain site. Let me make sure I'm streaming in a second. I'm going to check it here. It should be back. Stream is suspended for policy violation. That oh. Oh, well. That's how you end a stream. Are we able to get? We aren't able to. That's how you end a stream. We're back up. We're back up. We're back up. It's a very loud voice. I should be a little more quiet. Okay. So that's my poetry of rain thing. We can offline, Gabe, and I can share a lot of the other stuff that I'm doing. Absolutely. Whatever, So I'll work on those remixes or covers. I'll work on those and get those going so that the content is there for you guys. And we'll go from there. But, thank you guys for hanging out. You guys we got to just hang out and chat and do a bunch of stupid shit. So it was great. I really appreciate it. Enjoyed the time. Love hanging out with you guys and doing it. And I am Brooks. I am in heaven with this. I am in heaven with this. I cannot tell you how much awesome this thing is. This is so fucking awesome. So thank you, because this is like awesome. Like really cool, creative exploration. So anyway, all right, guys, I am going to go ahead and end the stream. I'll talk with you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.